So the question always is, what's going on in the market? And because we like to be hyper local, Stephanie again is here to tell us all about the latest numbers around our area in the St. Croix Valley.
So we grabbed a few markets that fairly large for the area: Stillwater, Lake Elmo, Woodbury, and Hudson, because we're licensed Minnesota, Wisconsin.
Exactly.
So we show everybody from Minnesota, Wisconsin, and to take a look at how things are going. And let's just start with inventory, because that's always the talk of the town these days. So inventory really is pretty much steady since December. It's up in 2 markets, slightly down in 2 markets. So Lake Elmo, Stillwater. Lake Elmo was up. Stillwater was slightly down, went from like 56 listings to 44. Woodbury was up 162 to 171, which is nice and healthy. And Hudson is slightly up 117 to 137. So we're seeing some loosening of properties expected. You know, December is holiday time.
Yeah, not as many.
Not as many people listed.
We're still down overall.
Overall, we're still down.
We're still leaning towards the seller's market right now a little bit.
Then let's talk about days on market.
Yeah.
Average. A little bit longer than it has been in the cray time.
When it was like -2.
Yeah, right? Cray time. We're just going to walk away from that because it's more normal. This is more of a normal state of affairs. Lake Elmo and Stillwater both went up, as well as Woodbury and Hudson.
So
we would expect that.
Give us some.
So anywhere from 10% to Woodbury went from 32 to 54. So
and days on market, remember, isn't from the day you listed to the day you got your first offer. It's the day when it goes off the market. Actually.
Off the market, it's closed, it's done.
Yep.
It's new owners.
Right.
So that is, anywhere 54 to 90 days. I mean, that's not. That's kind of the old days, right?
Right. 30 days to close, so and then you're on for about a month. So.
And considering it's January.
Yeah, and it has been cold, snowing.
And it's cold, it's
here.
snowing. You got to take all the weather into consideration and all that. But we're looking good. It's healthy. It's a healthy market because we look at the close price compared to the original list price, which I love to look at.
Right.
Because I like to see who can price a house correctly.
Everybody wants to know this.
And what agents buy a listing by saying, yeah, we could sell it for this crazy amount. This tells us how fair the values are, right? It's the market value. And really steady since December. We're fluctuating from 98 to 99.5% of sale price. That's healthy. Those are good numbers.
It also kind of speaks to the sellers being a little more realistic. We are kind of, even though we say inventory is still a little low, we are in a market now where you have to be priced right.
You have to be priced right, and it seems like they're getting it. It seems Lake Elmo went from 96.3% in December to 98.3%. So that tells me that maybe sellers are getting
a
little bit more in tune to what's happening in the market right now. Same with Stillwater, went from 97.2 to 99.5.5%.
Okay.
Again, I think that's showing that sellers are starting to understand.
And time of year, if you're putting your house on the market around the holidays, you realize you need to be priced probably a little more appropriately.
Yes, I mean it.
And that does not take into account if you have someone asking you as a seller to pay their closing costs.
Right.
That does not take in. No. So, let's say you priced at $350 and they asked for $6,000 in closing costs, you're down to $344. It doesn't factor those.
Yeah, those stats don't take into the closing costs.
But still, you're right there in the ballpark.
You're right in the ballpark. And then list price average, guess what? We've had some increases. Lake Elmo and Woodbury both increased the list price, the average list price. And Lake Elmo went from $613 to $618. It's roughly the same.
Now, remember, we have a lot of new construction out there.
And Woodbury went from, actually that went down, $511 to $448. That's always going to take a mix of single family. It could be townhomes. Yep. And the larger you get, I mean, you can see some swings in that just because of the type of homes. End of year, Hudson had a big decrease, and we were just talking about this. Why could that be? One, if you have a small inventory of closings, your data is going to fluctuate.
Yep.
But in this case, also, you're dealing with end of the year. So you have a lot of new construction, which can really pull those those averages up.
So if they close by the end of the year, you have none of those big houses closing at the beginning of the year. It just sinks in.
It just skews towards the end of the year for those high
so it'll
numbers.
be interesting to see in the next month or two what's going on in Hudson.
Yeah, definitely. But overall, I mean, list prices are good.
Well,
They're
and
up.
and we talked about this too at our meeting today. We feel the energy picking up. Buyers are out there, our phones are ringing, we're getting busy, so if you're thinking of selling, the buyers are out there. And if you're looking to buy, I wouldn't wait. You have less competition now, but starting to pick up. And what's the date that we always say, after the Super Bowl?
Is when the spring market starts.
I know, who knows why. So anyhow, thank you.
Yep.